Utie oha echi ponkno. Needs FM.
Omo de boba akudi kum no mamienu. Omampenyi ebie new building a national security ministry no omo dan fufura omesia mo omo. Na no echi no so ehoma bi oda na di a womo se national security strategy. Yenyina ehoma omampenyi da na di titru na mimbusa se national security strategy no wonti ase onimdie wo ho de ehoma pa no.
Okay, national security strategy, a document, amaya na serve your more adaptive democracy, democracy, omunina it will be, and so a document comprised study of my to say my muha, study a pesa a bambono. Maybe from a particular period to a particular period. Then you see you and she share impending for a model bamboo on the person of the better a beboa in Nana said the bamboo to me, Reginald and also. And so a no comprise it and I say comprising with all of them, you can say from internal security, external security, cyber, and then and so over the years, some of us have advocated strongly say Ghana, bonus a comprehensive national security policy and as a strategic document. We should have one. We should formulate one and ensure say to move forward. Apart from say Bema and Bambo National and also for investor confidence. Say Omo Sebi, Omo Ida so Maimuha and also Framanone and own sticker and or deba of fact document because documents are usually public knowledge. And to finance be a Bambo Eguman officer discabeshimwa. No one will be a like it, not the Sikaba machine. And so that is what the strategic document is supposed to be.
I see. Na bibia wo kan wa am saying na making kind said amai bia wo mo asase su hanum say wo manya independent no wo BBC ana homa bi saying na making kind ye sa national security strategy forward by the president of the republic chese o mampanyini said o kan ehuma ya enu di kan kura wo sha ase ono so wo kire ni nimdie wo sa ade ya there's a portion one of the paragraphs or say unfortunately since the attainment of independence in 1957 some 63 years there is no record of such a strategy ever being compiled now once waka dia na ususu se ama akoba se 63 years ni se aman bia wo menya independence so wo menya BBC na Ghana finasi after 63 years no yes strategy ana huma bi say no dia na bia isi ekwan ma 63 years ansa na fina BBC no.
Okay, so I will say answer me a very short is because Oshe you can say this is the longest republic ayenya. Because of the longest republic, the fourth republic, Kwame Nkrumah, so the first republic, I would say between 6 to 7 years. If we hold a bar, can say Buzia crowd, so no spend another 3 years or so. I don't know how few years. If you come to the third republic, Liman's republic was another 2.5 or say another 3 years. Then we moved straight to the fourth republic from 1992-93, and so yen to me to do this is because of the unstable nature of our democracy over the period since 1957 till we've had 3 other republics. And so this is the longest republic. And documented to say, usually you have it in a democracy. Usually you have it in a democracy. And so I am not surprised to say we haven't had it. Some of us have always been aware, and some of us pushed strongly. If you Google Adam Bona, I'm sure you will find me criticizing government over, us not having a kind of thing, a national security policy document, which is a very important document. If the president a document over a certain period needs to be reviewed. Obviously, some of us have seen a lot of shortcomings in the document. There are loopholes. There are certain things, and some of us feel they should have taken into consideration or but by and large, I think that it is a step in the right direction. Even though some of us, feel say, there should have been, we should have been a bit diligent in coming up with, some of the things that have been noted. I would say, well, better late than never, but a more formulated document now, I would say, well, largely some of the things were done using the lazy man approach, where if you more, they didn't do a lot of ifishemu. And so once they didn't do a lot of ifishemu, it means that you are going to pick the AC many years ago, and then you put it into a very strategic document to say. So we will continue to critique it. I have read, glance over it, read over it, but I will sit down and do a proper review of the document. And but for now, they made to me a kind of say it's a very important document, even though some portions I would say shouldn't have appeared in there or should have been properly updated before coming in there.
Okay. Now we'll look at the portions maybe of his enka and say about a human about PM. But what's in Bia Wokan if he say Anu Shedodo said lazy man's approach. And the reason why I make us say Anu Sheno just reading again from the graphic, in Pinifua, and one more put two sad documents together. And there's a portion in the Daily Graphic, one of the paragraphs says, the policy had input from a multiplicity of stakeholders, including former national security coordinators from both political divides, civil society organizations, members of parliament, and security experts, both within the country and abroad. Now, in Penifo, when we yes, you almost equatrans in Omoyes and Humaway. You are describing as a Juman Omoye, and you think some of them lazy man's approach. Is it because a bia unkahu and now we put you together? And Nuntina all cancer because it's a very indictment on I've not seen the personalities though, but from your Daily Graphic former national security coordinators. These are people I expect woman in the banner here bambo hunsemwa. Political divides, that's from both political divides into NDC, MPP, and I'm sure say other parties in so, or members of parliament who I'm sure say be a woman deal with security, security experts, why wouldn't we be you within and abroad as well? You are saying, say, you find some of them very lazy.
Oh, yes. Maybe it could be an indictment. It would have been good to mention them by name. It would have been good to mention. I saw the draft. I did some amount of review of the draft, but the truth is that since some of us are not the final policy formulators, I would not say that eventually everything that probably was looked at was captured. The truth is that, like I said, it would be good to have mentioned those who did the final, the final, proofreading, the final formulation and all that. Okay, so let me take you to one, at least, as for at least I know your father was a police officer. So you should have an idea of the crime patterns in this country. So be an I'm sure amongst you who other seasoned journalists, you should have an idea of what I'm saying. First of all, you look at a portion in the document. I don't have it in front of me. That talks about a baseline survey conducted in 2014. a baseline survey conducted in 2014 regarding illicit firearms in Ghana, which captured, which actually documented that we have 2.4 million illicit firearms after 2014. So, Minia, survey I conducted in 2014.
Okay, so Mbacho, Osi Uni document anymore.
Yes.
Okay, because I wanted you to help me name which of the chapters you're talking about, whether chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Then I would have referred to.
It is down there fighting, I think, robbery or fighting robbery somewhere. It is down there.
Okay, so I'll try and see.
So you will see a baseline survey that has been captured in there, and this was conducted in 2014. There were 2.4 million illicit firearms in Ghana. And my point is that when you are putting such a strategic document together, which is supposed, the forward is supposed to have been written by the president, and then you expect
it's not supposed. It's written by the president actually.
Okay, it's written by the usually. He signs it, so it's assumed that he usually they will do it and he would approve it. That's why I said suppose. And then he launched it. My point is that if you look at Sika, a call, and then the amount of work that's supposed to have gone into this, we could have done another survey again to see currently how many illicit firearms do we have in Ghana. And bear in mind, this document is supposed to be reviewed every 4 years. What it means is that if you launched it, it was launched yesterday. Technically speaking, according to the document, somewhere in it, the review is supposed to be every 4 years. It means that 2025, before it will be reviewed. But if you put together, they're kind of saying a strategic document to say, Bambo document to say, we have, 9 out of 10 crimes that are taking place, violent crimes that are taking place, or one who commits our crimes, they use it too. It means that we don't have an idea of, call it, the illicit firearms organ. And Master Kushabas, you know that you can say internal, crimes are costly so much so that there are no limits. Untumin Casabia, area ship house area and violent crimes want to make us a circle. Right now, it stretches from Choko to Bunkuruyoyo, where crime patterns are taking the same dimension because of why, money, mobile money vending. Now we have, what do you call that, mobile money kiosks everywhere in Ghana.
Yeah.
And so I would have wanted us to look at the current crime patterns and maybe documented it. Because one of our major problems in Ghana at the moment are highway robberies. Highway robberies, and most of these highway robberies are through the use of a firearm. So if you capture a baseline survey year, how many years old? So many, almost 10 years, 2014, about 8 years or so, 9 years. And then you capture that in today's document, policy document. What else can I say than to say it's a lazy man's approach? We could have conducted another baseline survey. We could have done that to know, because it means that we are late in capturing that 2020, 25, when maybe this document is reviewed. Then if we are fortunate and they decide they they will conduct a proper survey now. Then you are going to put in resources. But here, if you look somewhere in the document again, it says funding. It talks about funding, how to fund this. One of the things I have done a lot of articles on this, a lot of publications on this. You need funding for such a policy document. The funding, they are now going to discuss it. That is fine. But when you look at the funding, I was expecting that one of the things they could have done, knowing very well that this document is going to be, launched, or it was ready to be launched. That made me expect to say, we should have quickly looked at funding before this thing is launched, but that was not done. It means that we are now going to go back and look at how do we finance it. Without funding, such a thing cannot happen. One of the things I have advocated for is not to just go and be taxing the taxman. Yeah, you tax that. No, to finance it. Uko Amanone, Uko US, Uko Australia, Uko UK, Uko Germany. Such policy document I financed by lawbreakers. Because the lawbreakers are. Yes, Ghana ha. Ship house anymore. There is a bus lane. Bus lane, no one should use that lane apart from buses. Because the buses are designated bus lanes. People ride, motorcyclists are on it, tow drivers are on it, private drivers are on it. Other places, sport fine. You are captured, you are stopped, arrested, sport fine, you lose point on your license, your insurance premium goes up. And all that amount of money goes into the financing of such a policy document. Apart from that, you can't say, if your car is not properly serviced, those who are littering. So we should have looked at funding as a major, you can't say, component of this particular strategic document.
Needs FM.